A lot of the products you see every day
One
look
sec.
intuitive and easy to
Open
use.
my package.
Does it do anything?
Cookies.
It comes with them.
Sometimes, though, you see a design that is so embarrassingly messed up, you have to wonder who in their right mind made it. Some suffer
Hi,
from
Taro.
unfortunate malfunctions or poor attention to detail, but others boast disturbing designs that are so dumb, they make you cringe down to the depths of your soul. So get your face palms ready because it's time to take a look at even more of the most uncomfortable products ever designed.
I'll give you a little cookie if I could, okay?
It's not always easy for parents to get their kids to sit in their car seats. So, to help make kids comply, one designer had the bright idea of printing the beautiful Disney
What?
princess Cinderella onto his car seat.
I don't want to sit
The
on her
design
lap.
is completely fine when the kids are small, but as they get bigger, adjusting the headrest means having to horrifyingly stretch out Cinderella's neck. Maybe
Oh
they should
my
have
God.
used a giraffe instead, or a dinosaur. Heck, even E.T.'s strangely stretchy neck would be easier to look at than this.
That's creepy.
If that last product left your senses tingling, just wait till you feast your eyes on this design failure. I didn't know Spider-Man could shoot webs out of there. I mean, this superhero famously shoots webs from his wrists, but spiders actually produce silk
Ew.
from their spinnerets on their abdomen. So I guess this tissue box is using a version of Spider-Man who's anatomically closer to spider than man. But
Ew.
Spidey ain't the only superhero done dirty by bad product design. Back in 1978, Wonder Woman fever swept the nation, leading to the creation of these inventive, yet questionably designed Wonder Woman scissors. When they're closed, they look okay, but opening them tears the warrior princess's body right up the middle.
No.
Did the designer think even
I don't
for
like that.
an instant that maybe it shouldn't look like they were ripping her apart with every cut? Hospitals are an incredibly scary place to be if you're a kid. And this is why some hospitals decorate the walls and floors of their
That looks
children's
cute.
wards with a variety of fun, happy designs. These decorators, however, really missed the mark with their trail design. It looks like they were
That
trying
looks
to
like
paint
blood.
a pretty red ribbon that the kids could follow around different wards.
I
But
don't
from
like
this
that. I
angle,
would hate
it
that.
looks like somebody's been dragging a body up and down the halls. It's either that or one of the doctors have had a really, really bad day. And while I think you can agree that a lot of these designs are terrible,
like that.
the engineering behind those like and subscribe buttons down there
Oh my
is
God.
hella fine. And test them out if you don't believe me. All done? Great. Now, where were we? There's nothing like a nice hot cup of tea to help you relax. Although making
I
a
love
cuppa
Shaun of
with
the
this
Dead.
unfortunately designed
Chat, we should watch Shaun of the Dead on movie night. Oh my God. Have you seen it? It's so good. Do you want to watch it tomorrow?
platypus tea
Movie night's
strainer
tomorrow, by
is
the
the
way.
opposite of relaxing. The poor thing
Instead,
looks like it lost a
just so you
fight
know.
with a porcupine and is bleeding out in the water. So tea lovers will need to be careful what kind of loose leaf tea they use in this poor platypus. I reckon strawberry and raspberry tea.
Like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Nox, for the sub. I really appreciate that. Let me write this thingy down quick. Would you want to watch Shaun of the Dead, though? If we do movie night. Thank you again, Nox. I really appreciate that. I don't like how that looks.
Are definitely out. Public restrooms can be unsettling at the best of times. Though there's one that's really pushed the boundaries of the bizarre. At first glance, it looks like any other male restroom. But
Boy toilet.
what's behind that little door, I hear you asking? Well, obviously, it's concealing another urinal. Wait, why would
What?
anyone
Secret
put a
boy
urinal
toilet.
behind a wall instead of removing it? Was it
Secret
built
toilet.
for men who are really shy about peeing near others? Or maybe it's a secret bathroom bonus level? Got
Wow.
any theories about ridiculous restroom design? Let me know down in the comments. Have you ever looked at something that's been packaged unintuitively, like this needlessly bagged banana, and lost all faith in humanity? While some things are pointlessly overpackaged, others can be
My mom's
mind-bogglingly
back, so I'm gonna put Oscar in the
underpackaged,
living
like
room in a
these
sec.
eggs.
I'm just gonna finish
this
my
store in
cookies 'cause I
China
have
was
2 left.
actually selling raw eggs in plastic bags.
Raw egg.
Can you imagine trying to get just 1 or 2 out of that messy mix? If only they came individually packed in some kind of hard, natural outer shell. And what a concept. In stores around the world, generic grocery brands use simple, minimalist packaging across a wide variety of household items. This means they cut down on design costs and pass that saving onto the customer. But having all your products look similar can lead to some unsettling problems, like this. Australia's Black and Gold generic grocery brand makes cooking spray and fly killer, but the two cans look a little too similar for comfort.
Big writing what it is,
imagine accidentally grabbing the wrong one when you're cooking. Yikes. Hope you like your pancakes with an extra side serving of poison. Have you ever gone down a flight of stairs and accidentally missed a step? Nothing on earth gets your heart racing faster. And even if you don't fall, it can really shake you up. So imagine trying to get down these stairs without ending up in a heap at the bottom.
Oh my
Thanks to that terrible striped design, you can hardly see where one step stops and another.
Right. 1 sec. I'm gonna go pause screen in the living room now because my mom's back. Sorry, I have a mouthful of cookies. I'll be right back. 1 sec.
Another begins. I reckon it's safer to just wait for the elevator. Unless, of course, the elevator in question is this one.
Oh, what?
I think I felt a bit of my soul die when he put his fingers in the gap of that door hinge. Ugh. Those two sets of doors open right into each other. So if the last person didn't close the door behind them, you have to poke your fingers through the gaps in the hinges to move them out of the way. But what if the door closed when your hand was in there? You know what? I think I'll take my chances on the stairway of death. Thanks. There are millions of dolls in the world. And while some of them are creepy, none of them will make you feel as uncomfortable as this abomination does.
Ew, what
Simply
the
called
frick?
You Can Shave the Baby, this thing raises a couple of worrying questions.
Why?
Firstly, babies don't usually need shaving, right? And secondly, who would be dumb enough to give a child a razor? Thankfully, it never actually hit supermarket shelves.
Good.
It was made back in 1995 by Polish artist Zbigniew Libera, all as part of a series that challenged the stereotypes of contemporary culture. Well, it's definitely done its job there. A lot of people take pride in the appearance of their bathrooms, but I don't think the designer of this marble wash basin really thought their choice through. At a glance, the brownstone streaks look like someone has put a pair of poopy handprints all over it. Ugh. Now that's what you call a smear campaign. Whoever made that sink appears to have designed a line of ladies' clothes as well, if this woman's disastrous dress has anything to go by. The bottom of her white frock is trimmed with a pretty reddish floral design, but the placement of those petals makes it look like she's had a little bathroom malfunction.
I would never wear that.
Do you want to tell her, or should I? Although, when it comes to poorly designed prints, this soccer ball is definitely a contender for first prize. An attempt at putting the black pentagons on the white ball was clearly made, but all the painted-on patches were in the wrong position. They're the wrong size, and in the wrong direction as well.
They tried.
A true trifecta of failure. How the heck did this get past quality control? I guess the answer is, what quality control?
Yeah, there's none.
Swiss Army knives are the ultimate handheld multi-tool. The combination of tiny knives and saws with corkscrews and bottle openers all in one pocket-sized setup. Except not all Swiss Army knives are made equally handy, as you can see by the uncomfortably colossal Wenger Giant Swiss Army Knife. With 87 different implements that can perform 141 functions, this thing weighs in at a hefty 3 pounds. So not only does it contain every tool known to man, it also doubles up as an anchor as well. To make a coffee mug stand out, some designers add fun extra features to this age-old cup and handle design, like the adorable set of ears stuck onto the rim of these cute animal-themed mugs. But there's a good reason why most mugs don't have pointed protrusions sticking out of their rims, as this poor guy found out. With every sip, the porcelain ears poke drinkers right in their eyes. But I still think that little cat cup is incredibly cute.
It is cute,
I guess for me, it's hello coffee, goodbye eyesight. As painful as that last mug was, I think I'd prefer to have my eyes poked out than use this atrocity. The designer of this mug replaced the good old reliable handle with 3 strange ceramic fingers. When they're interlaced with your fingers, it's meant to feel like you're holding someone's warm hand. It's perfect for people like me who are forever
need it.
alone. Jokes
Yeah,
aside, if
forever
you
alone.
filled
Give me
this
that
up
cup.
with a hot beverage,
I'll pretend it's
surely
Gojo's
you just
hand.
end up burning your palm on the ceramic surface. So it's creepy and useless. What a bargain. But the crown of creepy coffee cup designs has to go to Jang Woo-suk, who took his love for coffee way
Are you
too
happy to see
far
more?
when
Is
he
that
made these
a Swiss
lippy
Army knife in
coffee
your
lids.
pocket?
Called Take Kiss Out,
Ew.
these uncanny coffee lids have fully formed human lips molded along their spouts.
It's the closest
that way,
to a
it
kiss
feels
I'll
like
get.
you're getting a warm, coffee-flavored kiss with
Ew.
every sip.
That was
or like
weird.
you're swapping hot, caffeinated spit with someone. Ugh.
Ew!
Have you ever been stood up for so long that you'd be willing to sit down anywhere? Well, no matter how much pain you're in, I don't reckon you'd want to sit on this.
What is
Yep,
that?
that's a chair, but it's been made entirely out of pencils, with the scarily
wanna
sharpened
sit on
ends
it.
poking out of the backrest, seat, and arms. It was created by artist
What?
and evident sadist Kirsten Schultz, who makes a variety of these different
Yeah, I kinda wanna
sculptures
sit on
and
it. What?
structures out of these writing implements. And if you thought her pencil chair looked painful,
Wow.
wait till you see the entire Shudder-worthy set she made to go with it.
Whoa.
Could you imagine sitting on that chair, leaning on that table, or opening that briefcase? Ugh. I think
Why?
I'd rather stand, thanks. Although that pencil chair is nothing compared to this throne of unimaginable pain. You're looking at a chair
is that
that's
nails?
had thousands of nails hammered into every last inch of it. Now,
Yeah,
there's no
I'll
information
prefer the
about why
pencil
this
chair.
designer
I
made
don't know.
this
What do you
insanely
prefer,
strange
chat?
chair, but I reckon, like the pencil chair, it was probably part of an art installation. It's either that or whoever made it just really hated sitting down. But they didn't have as much
Cactus
contempt
chair.
for comfiness as the designer of this cactus sofa does.
Is that real?
This freakishly real-looking image was used as
That
part
can't
of
be
an
real, right?
advertising campaign for TV channel AXN. The image, along with its tagline of "Relax if you can," is meant to refer to its heart-racing action and reality
Yeah,
program.
that can't be real.
Except sitting down to watch something on that couch is the last thing I'd ever want to do. Have you ever used a public toilet and discovered, all too late, that
What?
the toilet paper is
Oh.
just out of reach? It's the most
Out of reach.
annoying design flaw in history,
Normally
but
there's,
there's
like,
one
none
product
there.
that's been made to combat that problem, though it doesn't look much better.
Ew!
This British invention is the hilariously named Bog Standard toilet seat, which
Ew.
has a toilet roll holder built into the
No.
front of it. I mean, sure, it solves the problem of having to waddle over to the toilet roll, but there's something about having it between your legs that just doesn't look right.
Yeah, that
Not
just...
to mention lifting up the seat would immediately trail the paper down into the toilet water below. That's a bum design if you ask me. When it comes to
Yeah,
the
that's
ultimate
gross.
crappy toilet design, there's one clear winner. Literally. This public restroom installed some fancy frosted glass
Why?
stalls to give people a little
Why is
privacy.
you know
Except-
the thing? Why is this person taking a picture of him? That's so mean.
That porcelain throne is way too close to the partition. So while the frosting obscures some detail, it's not enough to
Yeah,
conceal the
that's,
fact
like,
that this guy was definitely
mean.
doing a number two. Though I really hope the person taking this picture remembered to turn their flash off.
Yeah, and I hope that friends.
Like
or something.
real-life toilet designs
Ew.
weren't bad enough. Imagine reaching for the toilet paper and brushing your hand against
At
this
least you can see if somebody's in there,
nightmare-inducing
that's
thing
true.
instead. Thankfully, it's photoshopped, but the very idea of a cheese grater toilet paper just made me clutch my undercarriage in fear.
Ew.
What kind of sadist would create something like this? Maybe the same person who created that nail chair? Whoever it was, I reckon they just summed up the whole of 2020 in one design. Back in February 2021, a mother
Hi,
from
Breeze, welcome
Pennsylvania
in.
bought her young daughter a box of bunchums.
What's a
These tiny
bunchum?
toys have long plastic legs
Oh,
that stick together.
that's cool.
A bit like Lego, if Lego was
It's
made
gonna be
of
stuck in
Velcro.
your hair or
While
something,
the
isn't it?
packaging clearly said to keep the toys away
Oh,
from
yeah,
hair,
yeah, literally
young
what I
kids
just said.
don't often read the instructions. And inevitably, just a few hours later, the girl's mother
Yeah.
was faced with this horrifying
Oh
scene.
my
More than
gosh.
150 bunchums had bunched together and matted up the poor kid's hair. It took this mom more than 20 grueling hours to comb out every
Oh
last
my
one. But she
God.
wasn't the only one caught up in this tangle. All over the world, young children and
That's
even adults
so
have had to
bad.
learn the hard way that bunchums and hair are not
Oh,
a
they're
fun
like ripping it
combination.
out.
Now, if you want to avoid
Ow.
buying
Thanks for
toys
the
likely
follow,
to
Doug. Welcome
terrorize the
in.
kids, you're usually safe with a classic cuddly teddy bear. Emphasis
Yeah,
on
teddy
the
bear.
usually. Looking at this adorable bear, you'd think it
He
was
looks
perfectly
normal.
lovable. Right down to the cute little blue sweater.
What's wrong with
Except
it?
taking off that sweater reveals
Oh
that its
my God.
legs have been nightmarishly sewn into its neck.
I don't like
Oh
it.
God, who makes a teddy bear without a body? Or did this
Ugh.
designer just take the phrase legs that go all the way up a little too literally?
Hey, baby, do those legs go all the way up? Why, yes, they do. Ah!
Although that's not the worst teddy on the market, as proven by this terrifying teddy that
Ew.
patients have frighteningly found at their dentists.
That's
The beaming
terrifying.
bear is meant to help kids feel more at ease while they're in the
I do
dentist's
not feel
chair.
at ease.
But that gummy grin is horrendously unnerving.
Never going to the
And
dentist
even worse,
again.
with age, these fake teeth fall out, leaving the bears with mouths
Ew.
full of ghastly gums. Who knew the dentists could be
Ew,
even
no.
worse than it already was?
That poor teddy bear.
When the kids aren't busy being creeped out at the dentists, some of them can find disturbing designs like this in their classrooms. When this school asked the designer for cubby holes that would keep the kids' coats
Oh my gosh.
hung, I don't think
I
this
bet
is
they
what
all
they had
laughed
in
about
mind.
that.
I mean,
Oh
they
my
could have
God.
covered those suggestive-looking ends in aeroplanes, lollipops, cactuses, anything but this. The bright yellow minions from the Despicable Me film franchise are so popular with children, they have their own huge range of merchandise. While some of the designs
Aw,
are so
little
funny they'll
doggy.
make anyone cry laughing, others, like this, will just make you weep. This bright red
creepy.
3-in-1 kids shampoo,
Why is it bright red?
conditioner, and body wash is supposed to smell like strawberry.
Why
And
didn't they make it like blue?
but that
Banana.
leaky design flaw makes it look like it's scented with pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah, that's
Speaking
creepy.
of bananas, do you think the designer was eating one when they made this slide?
Banana.
Sure, a three-way banana split slide seems like a great idea for a kid's playground.
Oh
But
wait.
without any partitions at the top, the kids can slide right into one of those deadly
Ouch.
dividers a little further down. Ouch. My condolences go
Mom.
out to every
Mom's
little
in
boy
chat.
who
Everyone
slid
say
down one of
hi.
these slides with their legs open. Now,
Oh.
curves can add a little excitement to any slide, but sharp bends set on a steep
looks
angle like
fun.
this can turn a children's
painful,
slide
but it's
into a
fun.
child tenderizer. Ugh, ouch, I felt that. Looks like this playground engineer was really bad at their
Ow.
job. Either that or they just really, really hated children. And speaking of people who hate children, the designer of this pullover clearly had nothing
Oh my
but
God,
contempt
what?
for the kids they were dressing.
What is that supposed
The
to
unbelievably
be?
suggestive pattern on the front of this tiny sweater is meant to be
What
a
is it?
safety pin, but the
That is
proportions
not a pin.
just make it look obscene.
Yeah,
I gotta
what
say,
the
that's
hell?
a pretty cocky design for any kind of clothing. Although the award for cockiest design has to go to whoever created this inflatable slide.
Oh
Blow-up
my
slides
God.
and tubes like this usually have inflatable curtains attached to their ends to stop
looks like a
kids
butt.
falling out of them. But that doesn't make it any less disturbing to look at. The fact that the curtains are red really doesn't help the situation. Though it could be worse. Those tubes could be attached to a huge inflatable
Ew.
man. Oh God, just like this one. I don't know what's weirder, that the kids can look
Oh.
out of the pizza chef's stomach or that they have to exit the inflatable ride like this. Also, who
Ew.
designs an inflatable ride based on pizza? I have so many questions,
I like
but
pizza, but I
don't
wouldn't wanna
want
answer it like
answers to any of them. There are few cartoon characters more well-loved than SpongeBob SquarePants, but even his biggest fans would find fault with this
SpongeBob.
horrendous chocolate product.
Oh!
Whoa, the bright blue
That is
eyes
pretty cool, though.
staring
It's
out from
creepy,
the
but
milk
it's cool.
chocolate mold pierce right into your soul.
Hello,
You'd
welcome
think
in, come
if the
flip,
designers
come-
were going
I'm
to
Squeak
focus
Con.
on
Hello, welcome
one
in.
colored detail about this little
If you just joined, we're watching most uncomfortable products ever designed.
character, it'd be his famously yellow skin, not those creepily intense blue
Yeah, it does look
eyes.
yummy. Just
and
creepy.
SpongeBob's not the only character
I'd
who's
eat
been
it.
ruined by chocolate. The kid that was unfortunate enough to open up this innocent foil-wrapped Santa candy was
yeah?
faced with this hugely inappropriate
Oh my-
chocolate tube. I don't envy the parents that had to explain
my
this
gosh.
suggestive shape to their kids on Christmas morning. Hey kids, go ahead and eat your... Oh...
That doesn't look like Santa
Now,
Claus.
as vile as it sounds, human teeth have been used in all manner
Ew.
of accessories
Do you
and
still
jewelry
collect
for
my
hundreds,
teeth,
if
Mom?
not thousands of years.
My mom used to collect
But when
mine and my
they're
brother's
incorporated
teeth.
into modern designs like this, they reach a whole new level of wrong. These spine-chilling soled shoes are horrifyingly
No,
realistic
you got rid of them.
concepts from the luxury fashion
could've made
brand
some teeth shoes, though.
Darwinian Voodoo.
The British-based studio has revamped
Bye-bye, Matt.
classic shoes like
Bye-bye.
Oxfords, Mary Janes, and Stilettos by implanting synthetic teeth into their
Ew.
soles.
Even Adidas trainers weren't safe from this
That is
nightmarish customization. And as skin-crawling
You
as
can
they
chew
look,
the ground
can
by
you imagine
walking,
the
yeah.
sounds they make on a hard floor?
Ew.
Some Americans are obsessed with the cowboy lifestyle. So much so
I'm a
they won't
cowboy,
wear
baby.
anything on their feet other than garish cowboy boots. But when it gets unbearably hot, some of them turn to shudder-worthy footwear, redneck boot sandals. It's all the absence of style of a
What?
cowboy
Really?
boot scandalously combined with a traditional sandal. And the worst part is they come in
That still
plenty of
looks like it'd
different
be hot.
styles, from a day at the beach to a floral flip-flop, and even a pair
That's
for the
weird.
designer-loving ladies. Quickly, someone call the fashion police.
Yeah, I don't. That's
Now,
weird.
if you found those cowboy sandals uncomfortable, this set of rubber boots might send you over the edge.
Why?
Just the thought of going out in these
What's
on
the
a rainy
point?
day and having your socks soaked in seconds
What's the
is enough to
point?
make your toes curl. These deliberately bad boots were
I don't get
designed
it.
as part of a collection called The Uncomfortable by architect
The
Caterina
Uncomfortable.
Camparini. She tweaked the fundamental design of each object to render it useless and make people laugh. But personally, they make me want to cry. Like this cooking pot, which makes my wrists hurt just looking at it. Or this incredibly
Whoa,
thick fork.
thick
Does
fork.
anyone else feel a strong case of lockjaw coming on? And thankfully, almost all of these are 3D visualizations and prototypes, so they don't
Oh, yeah, I
exist
wonder where my
in real
soap
life.
fork is. It has to be
Except
somewhere in
that
my room.
last one definitely does.
That's a thick
Metalworker and
fork, like-
3D print enthusiast Derek Roma brought the thick fork to life back in 2020,
Thick.
proving that it really was
Thick.
humanity's worst year on record. What would you even be able to eat with this? Well, I guess you could try to use it for
Thick
soup
fork.
if you don't mind destroying the
Soup.
bowl. Or maybe it could be used to clobber an avocado into guacamole. What do you think? Let me know what you'd use it for down in the
Yeah,
comments.
I was thinking, where's my soap fork?
If
And
you
I thought
didn't
about
think
it, but I
the
don't know
thick
where it
fork
is.
was that bad,
I'm
then
like,
I dare you
I
not
can't
to
remember where I put
flinch
it.
at the thought of using this
It's in my room
crazy
somewhere.
cutlery. Created by
What?
Japanese
That looks so
jewelry
weird.
designer Maki Okamoto, this next-level spork
I mean,
was
nothing
made
could,
from
like-
recycled antique cutlery.
Nothing
She
could,
designed
like,
it as
fall off
part
the
of an
edges,
art
though, I
collection,
guess.
along with a lot of other terrible
What?
tableware, to encourage people to
What?
slow down their dining experience. I forget slowing down. I'd abandon the
Yeah, I
entire
need
dining
to
experience
slow down when I
altogether
eat, 'cause I
if
eat
I
too
had to try
fast.
to put that in my mouth. Now, strange sporks aren't the only deviously designed
Strange
cutlery on
sporks.
the market. Say hello to the hair-raising grapefruit
Oh,
spoon.
no.
With that,
That looks
strangely
dangerous.
serrated edge and curved base,
looks
this
dangerous, doesn't
unholy
it?
love child of a spoon and a knife makes quick work of hard-to-cut grapefruits. And it makes
mean,
sense that one of the
it looks
worst
like it could
fruits
work,
in the
though, to
world
be
would
honest.
require the use of one of the worst-looking utensils in history. I
It
mean,
won't, though.
would you be willing to put that serrated edge in your mouth? I think I'd rather starve. But it's not just crazy
Oh my
cutlery
God.
that'll make your mouth hurt.
Ew.
The Japanese Face Slimmer Exercise Mouthpiece is
What?
a huge mold based on a pair of outrageously large lips. To tighten up those facial features, all you have to do is
Oh my
insert it
gosh.
between your lips and teeth and flap your gums for a few minutes.
Wait. Oh, that's creepy. Ew.
And clearly, it gives you
Ew.
some sweet ventriloquist skills, even if it does leave you in pain
Ew.
and looking like a blow-up doll. Which of these
That's-
disasters...
That's what I thought. Ew.